everyone, I hope that you're doing fantastic. I'm just bored as always, so here I am and here you are. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. I hope you all have enjoyed your day. If you've had a birthday or anniversary or something that you've celebrated or remembered, I hope that it's been fantastic and you found peace within it. Those of you who are brand spanking new, very first time ever clicking on this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I could come across religious, but I'm not at all. I just use all kinds of stuff on my channel. I get on here and chit chat sometimes. I get on here and cry. I get on here and feel energy that's just real bold, but it's always for uprightness' sake. And I am calling out to the Elohim who created heaven and earth. And he deserves all praise, glory, and honor. And I say that on all my videos, okay? So, because we are to talk about him all the day long and give the heavens more than just a passing glance. Is a song, I think it was called. Who sang that song? It's right through my spirit. I think the title of that song is "I Hope You Dance." And maybe I get on here and sing it sometimes because I do get on my channel and sing and stuff. But anyway, I'm just kind of like a free-for-all. And I'm all about uprightness and walking in love. And it's not always easy to do that. And we all have our processes and stuff like that. Today, something happened, I guess last week or whenever it was. And I come across some information and I uploaded the information and then locked it and kept it on private on my phone for just my own record because I don't have anybody to talk to, and people that should be in authority that I have went and talked to, I feel that they had failed me, and so sometimes you just got to take matters in your own hand. And this information was from somebody who should be close to me, and you know, because of the falling out that I've had in the last 3 years, it just hasn't been pretty. And I have recorded about it for the last 3 years. So those of you who are brand spanking new, you're trying to figure out what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it all, but today, Jehovah had laid upon my heart to go back to a place. And when I went back to the place, there was something there that needed to be taken care of. Now, sometimes things and people and situations get really torn apart. And but this is how you and I prove who we are in the Most High. I got on here and shared earlier on one of my videos that I heard the divine state that it's something that he had told me about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago now. Heck, I don't know. How he was going to turn everything around, and the things that the enemy did and stole, he was going to turn it around. And I was reminded of an old churchy song when I was in the churches that we used to sing. Well, I went to the enemy's camp and I took back what he stole from me, and we got to do that. And just go right on in and say, I don't think so, but only at the divine's command to do something. Because if we go taking vengeance in our own hand or try to fix something in our own way, or just say, well, I just think I'm going to go do this today, and not say, okay, well, this thought is coming through me. What do you think about it? And acknowledge the Most High in it. He'll give you an answer. And I did that today because there was something going through my spirit. Something was hitting me about going back somewhere today. And so I just asked the divine, will you answer me about this? And he gave me yeses when I asked him, and said I was protected and I had every right to do what was in my heart. And I took the advantage and gave a helping hand, because love covers a multitude of sin. And regardless if somebody deserves something or not, absolutely knowing the place where I stood and the place where this other person stood. The divine's watching all of it, and what's most important is I stand in the place that the divine wants me to stand in his love, regardless. That doesn't mean that we don't have emotion and we don't get angry sometimes, but and cry and be frustrated and vent and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, we still have to stay in righteousness about it. Uprightness, not churchiness, uprightness. And there's a big difference. And there's one last thing that I've been trying to get done today. And it involves, some people may look at it as a violation, but I'm talking about a violation. I have every right really to stand up, and I've recorded about all the violations that's happened towards me. Anyway, I was sharing on another video how I've tried to do something today for this person, and every time I tried to figure out a way to get this one last thing done for them, because I took care of some things for this person today, and it was just like, man, just every time I tried, something was just, it wouldn't come to fruition. Okay. But I feel in my heart I'm supposed to do this, and so where there seems to be no way, Jehovah will make a way then. Okay, however it needs to play out, it will. Give me just a second. Sometimes, if you are new, sometimes I just get energy flow through me, and sometimes I don't know how to relay it, and I don't have nobody to talk to, so I'm just chit-chatting with you all. I may not do a reading since I'm already like a little over 6 minutes into this video. I just wanted to talk. I just did a reading, and twice today in the deck that I was using, I seen the Four Cups. And in this deck, somebody has literally, now the Four Cups, somebody's sitting there pouting, they're in a rut, they're crying over the Three Cups, they can't get their eyes off the Three Cups, and here's the hand of the divine having a fresh new cup out of the cloud itself from the heavens to be handed to the person, and just sit there with their hands crossed, and they're pouting, and just they can't get over the three emotional things that took place in the past. In this deck, somebody's sitting there, and they've taken the cup. They've seen it. They took it, but they're pouring the cup out. That's dangerous. And I've seen that card in two different ways. I mean, the card represents, there's no wrong way to read tarot. It's spiritual enlightenment and perception, and it's prophecy, and obviously I feel that you must be called to do this work. I would feel that it would be dangerous for just anybody to pick up this work, okay, because it's spiritual work. But anyway, side note, I see that card in two different ways. It does have a meaning of being in a rut, needing an alignment and a powder and all that kind of stuff. But I seen that card in the upright of that card. I seen somebody actually taking the cup, and yes, he was pouring it out, but he's sitting by a tree. And it's a family tree in how I'm perceiving this today. And he sees those other three cups that have been emotional. And rightfully so, to have your moment of processing and being angry and crying and why did this happen, and my God, this was a mess, and I'm gonna just sit here and hold on to this grudge because it's so emotional. I don't care. I don't care if you're blessed or me neither type of energy. But this energy that was flowing through me as I looked at that card today was looking at the person sitting by the tree, for the upright people who will take that cup and not just take it for themselves, but also take it for the three and pour it out on the ground where he's sitting by the family tree, and water the ground and make it clean. To wash something by the water of the word of the Most High that came right from the hand. The hand is the yod. It's the authority of the divine that turns something just like that. The cloud is also the internet cloud. People putting things up, and people who have followed my channel absolutely know the things that I have went through unjustly, in my freedom being taken away unjustly. Because of stupid stuff, because of stupid laws, because of stupid, whatever the stupidness was from the Three Cups and all the other cups that have been emotional for both sides. Both sides probably have reasonable things to get up and say, but this and this, and the other side go, yeah, but this and this, and both sides has rights and wrongs to it. But it comes a time when grown people who act like children need to stand up now and act like adults and say, I see the cup right out of heaven, out of the cloud. And actually the scripture states that he comes in the clouds. And I'm going to take it from your hand to my hand, and I'm not going to be selfish and just drink it. I'm going to drink it, and I'm also going to pour it on the ground because it's rightfully mine to drink, as well as giving a drink to everybody else as well, and to share it because it's come from you anyway. And I did that today. Not because for any other reason, but because I love Jehovah. And I want to love others. It's in my heart to be that way. I still have a lot of wounds on the inside, but I choose to heal. Pride kills. Pride really kills people. It's time to release. It really is time to release and to live again. I understand there's some people who've got some really hard things that have taken place that are hard to look into your own face. I get it. I get it. I get it. But you can't sit there with your grips on people just because you chose what you chose. It's going to be different for every person, any given person, any given situation. I get it. And that's why some people, I guess, will stay in a place of being seared because it's so deep a wound. It would be so hard. But that, to me, that grieves me even worse because they would rather sit there in their embarrassment and just to go to hell and just be locked there in their conscious state for eternity. I don't get that. I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it. But we are told some people are seared at their heart. They won't come out of it, and that grieves me. But that's prophecy, and it will not return to the Most High, void of what he said. You know, he's given a lot of words about, and a lot of cards come out backed up what he said about the stars and the heavens just falling. That to me is it puts a fear in me as well. There's a lot going on right now spiritually and prophetically. And if you can hear today and just get up and do the right thing and release, because the divine actually brought a word out today that said, he said to let go now. He's brought that out before. And it's cost people. And we also had another word that came out and said, if you don't do it today, it's going to cost your family. And some people had that word back last year, the year before that, and ignored it. Now where are you at? It's only a matter of time for something really will spring up. Something was brought to my mind today about something years ago. Oh my goodness, my children must have been in diapers. And I literally had forgotten about this thing that was literally just out of the blue, just came up today in my spirit. And I thought, wow, I haven't thought about that in so long. And I said, and you know, I'm sure that I've asked the divine to forgive me for that. It was just something, you know, that for whatever reason it came up in my spirit, and I just went ahead and just double checked. Well, Jehovah, I apologize. I apologize for that. And like I was like in my 20s, but it came up. We're in the time of judgment right now. I don't care what it was, when it was. Jehovah's word's not going to return void, and anything that it was, good or bad, he said he's going to bring it up. He's going to bring it up. So no matter what, even if people sitting there think they're just going to sit there, oh, my hurt's too bad for me to bring it out. It's too embarrassing. It's too complex. The divine said, well, baby, that's your choice to sit there, but I'm still going to bring it up. And then when it's brought up, you're going to be seared. And the very thing that you didn't want to happen is going to come up anyway. And then you just lost your whole self in the process, because it is going to come up. And you can either come up like it did with me today, And in his mercy and grace, I just say, oh, man, I'm so sorry that I even did that, in my 20s, or, it wasn't even anything that bad, but in his eyes it is. In Jehovah's eyes, there are things that he don't look at things like we do. And there are certain scriptures that he literally states, you don't do this because I don't like it. And it was one of those little things, but in people's eyes, they were always say, well, that wasn't no big deal, really. But my conviction of the thing today was just as if I was still there, but it convicted me today because of what I've learned, and was careless back then. But I really had my moment of, I apologize to you for that. And then it left me and it lifted up. And I don't have to tell you what it is because I confessed it to the Most High. And there are some stuff that if he wants you to confess something, we got to obey. That's the key, is to just do what the divine says. Some people just need to confess it to the divine, and that's all he wants, is you just to confess it. And some people, it's even just too hard to confess it, and he'll just let them go a little bit longer, and they'll get harder and harder and harder, and he'll just keep putting pressure until the thing gets so big, and you'll either finally explode and say, fine, and confess it, and really confess it, or like I said, you'll lose it. It'll still come to the surface, and you'll end up losing in the end. To me, it's all profound. It really is. It's just all profound. But I had a little something that I came across today, and when I seen it, I was just like, wow, I totally forgot all about that. And it also even brought up some things even in my now of understanding. Now I get a little bit of understanding of why maybe this happened over here. Because something happened way back in my 20s. I'm going to be 50 years old, people, in December. And that was something way back in my 20s. My babies were in diapers, okay? And so, but for whatever reason, the divine brought it up today for confession. And I know that I've confessed, and I've asked the divine, please wash me clean, please forgive me. But sometimes we just do that just nonchalantly. Oh, please forgive me. Or, we've had in our younger years and things like that. But it was genuine today in me, because I fear the divine in such a huge way. I've grown so much in my whole entire walk with him in my life. I've changed so much, but I've had to allow myself to be changed for the better, because I've had my fair share of holding on to things, holding on. What might somebody think, or I've just got to get to a place where I don't care. Once you're free, and you're free with all of it, and bring it into the light, you really are free, and you really are free indeed. Regardless if other people are still putting pressure around you, you really have found the true freedom within. Because nothing can really grab a hold of you. Even if you are sitting alone, you're really not alone, because you really do feel the Most High. And that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And maybe, okay, it's done. Thank you, divine. It is past. It is, because I declare and decree that it is over. It's been over for a long time. It's just that there's just some people that are sitting up in their position, that they're in that mode of holding on. But the divine said the sky is falling, Chicken Little. It is. You and I prove who we are by what we do, not by what we say, but by what we do. And anyway, I just want to share. I'll actually be back to do a reading. And I hope this blessed you or helps you to take courage and to do the right thing where you're concerned, in your own families, in your friendships, on your jobs, just within yourself. Let us all come up higher and vibrate at a place of love, and heal the land. Because if we don't, it's just being destroyed. And it's bad if we don't. The divine brought a word out the other day that these people's hearts were waxed gross. We don't want to be on that side. He's going to gather them all together, and he's going to get rid of them. I don't want to be on that side. I'd rather just lay down my pride and say whatever you want, Jehovah, whatever you want. No matter how pressured I am, I fear you. Anyway, I'll be back. Shalom.